I have a video of Zebec CEO that's going to blow you away. Um, let's get started, guys. But first, as always, cue my guy, Indigo Saint. Let's get it. Boom.
Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Blackrue Investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer? Best believe I was Blackrue Investing. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifesting. So we binge on our Blackrue Investing. Best believe I was Blackrue Investing. That course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that Blackrue Investing.
What's up, crypto warriors? What is up, Blackrue crew? This video of Zebec CEO Sam Thapaliya is going to blow you away, guys. It's just what I like to see out of my CEOs. But if you like the information you guys are receiving and you want to give back, DCENT Wallet is a way to go. Helps the channel, helps you. Let's hit the commercial right quick, and we'll be right back. Your crypto deserves the best protection. So why settle for less? DCENT Crypto Wallet isn't just another wallet. It's safe, secure, easy to use, and supports your favorite cryptocurrencies all at the touch of a button. And now with my exclusive link, you'll save $30 on your new wallet. Better security, smarter investing, $30 in your pocket. Click on the link now and secure. All right, guys. Yep. So DCENT Wallet, save 30. If you want to buy two, save 99. So a great way to give back to the channel, and it helps you out too. Gives you a cold storage wallet. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. I think we have. Okay, we want to have audio as well. So okay. All right, we'll share this part of the screen, and again, I'll just come back out when I want to do audio here. Just want to let you guys know we have exclusive content over here on the X. If you're joining us on the X channel or on the X right now, on Twitter right now, I love it. But definitely check out the mind maps we have over here. I have videos kind of breaking these down. I haven't broke this down yet in our Patreon. Shout out to the Patreon members. So on the Patreon, we have exclusive videos, but on the X, we have exclusive mind maps. So you can check out the media here. You can see different mind maps that we've made on things like Zebec, on things like Swift blockchain, on things like XCN. So definitely subscribe to the X if you haven't already. Definitely subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't already. Exclusive content on both, and exclusive content on the Patreon, unreleased videos on the Patreon. So definitely subscribe to that if you haven't already. Less than a cup of coffee. But let's get into this Zebec news, and let's get into Sam Thapaliya. And definitely, as always, we will definitely shout out the chat. As always, as much as we can, we make sure that we can get to every question in the chat. The way the show works is we go ahead and present the information up front, and then once the information is presented, we'll go ahead and then go into the chat and answer any questions we see in the chat. That's the format of the show. Shout out to you guys. We've had so much growth here. We're on the way to getting to 5,000 subscribers. We're at 4,500 right now. Matt, thanks to you guys for subscribing. If you're new, welcome to the channel. And we're going to keep growing around here. We're going to continue sharing Zebec news. We're going to continue sharing Swift news. We're going to continue sharing Swift, Zebec, and XCN news. Thanks for coming aboard, guys. We appreciate everybody. So let's get into this content. Let me start the video here and let me know if you guys can hear it. They changed up their interface on Restream a little bit when I did a video with Crypto Future. He was mentioning this as well, but let me know if you guys can hear it. I'm going to start it pretty soon here. Shout out to this creator, Meta Bob. Fair use here. But there's like a smoking gun, and then we're going to go and listen to a couple parts of this interview. This is just before Sam started Zebec. So we're getting kind of an idea of who Sam is as a person. All right. So before I continue talking, I just want to verify that we have the sound working.
So you got your 20,000 users over there.
Okay, I want to turn it up. It's not that loud for me. But okay, so let me know if you guys can hear it, and I'm gonna play it here again.
And then you sold it. How did you sell it?
So people love to buy databases. Like, and when you
Okay, so now I paused it because I want to verify that you guys heard it. Let me know if you heard it. Crypto Future Gang in the house. Let's go. Love it. Just let me know if you guys heard it. What's up, Marie? While you guys are letting me know you're gonna hear it, I'm gonna acknowledge the people in the crowd. What's up, Focus? Like how you spelled that. What's up, Jesse and James TCG? What's up, Yazi? You're Bay in the house. Appreciate you, brother. What's up, E? E's our moderator in our Telegram. Shout out to the Telegram. It's completely free for now. Links should be in the description for that. E is always in there sharing news, keeping everybody like lively in there. So definitely join the Telegram if you haven't already. We're not only trying to build a nice crypto community, trying to build a community. We got stuff in the Telegram like stock, investing, health things. Of course, we're not financial advisors or anything like that, but it's just a community learning, growing with crypto, and talking about other stuff as well. What's up, Natwali, the Muskegon aristocrat? Salute. What's up, Corey? What's up, King DJ Powell? What's up, Digital Bankroll 1904? What's up, Hater All Day? What's up, Marie Villas? Appreciate you coming through, Marie. What's up, Daryl W? And what's up, Shane S? Is the sound okay? Sound is good. Sound is good. So we're gonna play the smoking kind of gun of this interview here, and then we're gonna go back a little bit and we're gonna talk about it because I really like what I hear from Sam in this interview. But let's listen to the smoking gun here first. For me, it's the smoking gun.
when you have data on how people are selling, what they're selling, and customer acquisition itself for a business customer, and even in Nepal, is more than $10. That itself should, just for the customer acquisition, but having like enough data like compile on them itself is pretty expensive too. So that's how people love to buy data. That's how I would say.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. So then you come over here to Menlo. You started your startup. And is that first startup you started over here as me?
Yeah, that was there was like in 2017, I tried to start a universal basic income coin. Didn't work out. I went to pitch to Team Draper. We had a simple disagreement in terms of how the economics of this will work. While he was a big believer in terms of having a mass inflation at first and then slow down after the adaptation, my belief was that's not how we should.
So that was it right there. That this dude tried to start a universal basic income kind in 2017. Talked to Tim Draper. It didn't work out, but obviously they continued talking. That speaks volumes to me. I'm just gonna play that really again, and I listen to things at a fast speed. Okay, yeah, 1.25 is fine, but I want to play that one more time so you guys can hear that because you might have missed it. Here we go.
There was like in 2017, I tried to start a universal basic income coin. Didn't work out. I went to pitch to Team Draper. We had a simple disagreement in terms of how the economics of this will work. While he was a big believer in terms of having a mass inflation at first and then slow down after the adaptation, my belief was that's not how we should do it. And based on that disagreement, I was not able to launch it. But
okay, so the big takeaway for me from just that part, and then we got so much more to talk about with this. So much more to talk about. We're not going to play his whole interview, so definitely come over here and check out the whole interview from Metabob. We're just going to play pieces of it. But wow. Firsthand account from Sam, right? That he met Tim Draper in 2017. Didn't work out, but obviously they kept the connection. So if we go back to sharing this tab, right? And we look at this mind map that I made here. So, you know, we can now know that this is even firsthand knowledge, right? Like Zebec and Tim Draper, you know, here we see that if you look at this here, investor, Coinbase Ventures, which Tim Draper owns a piece of Coinbase, invested in Zebec, which Sam is CEO of. So now we really understand and know that these guys had like dealings, firsthand dealings together. So it's not even just like a line on a mind map anymore. It's confirmed from the CEO himself. That's a really a smoking gun for me. Dudes were at least aware of each other since 2017. And if you're not aware, guys, if I bring up Coinbase wiki. If I bring up Coinbase, right? And remember, people back in 2017 thought cryptocurrency was a scam, right? But if we look at Coinbase and who were the initial investors, back in 2015, Tim Draper was initial investor in Coinbase, along with the New York Stock Exchange, by the way, along with the New York Stock Exchange. But yet somehow, we think crypto is a scam. And here we go, sorry about that. And even earlier, here in May 2013, they got a $5 million investment from others. And then in December of 2013, they got an investment from Andreessen Horowitz, okay, Mark Andreessen. And they also got one from Olaf Carlson Wee, which if we go to our other mind map, see, that's where there's so much information in these mind maps. In the Patreon, I broke it down for you guys, and I'll continue to break it down for you guys. But let's go back to the other mind map. Olaf Carlson Wee is the founder of Polygon Capital, which both Tim Draper and Mark Andreessen both own. Okay, so the three of these guys, all initial investors in Coinbase, which is why it's here on the mind map. We're breaking it all down here, bro. We're breaking it all down. We're breaking it all down here. So yeah. So back to what I was saying here. Everybody thought cryptocurrency was a scam here, but clearly these guys were making their moves, setting things up. So back to Sam here. 2017, these guys are talking about a universal basic income coin. And regardless of what anybody thinks about a universal basic income, apparently Tim Draper thought he could make some money at it. And Sam proposed it to him, but that didn't work. But, regardless of that, we got Tim Draper and Sam making a connection in 2017. And lo and behold, here later, we have Zebec, right? So that's a really a smoking gun to me. Huge for me. Now we're going to break down some more of kind of Sam and who he is, right? What I like most about Sam and what I like about CEOs like him, like Lehman Baird, right? Others, but Sam and Lehman Baird are the ones kind of stick out for me right now. Is they're like really gaga and over the moon about technology, and you see that they really enjoy tech, right? I like to see that from CEOs, right? Especially crypto CEOs. So they're always going to be kind of at the pinnacle of innovation because these guys love to play with tech. They love to play with tech. And if we listen here to kind of how he began his first software project, his first company, um, we're going to kind of understand Sam and who
Sir,
he is.
can you describe the
a bit.
first software?
So let's listen to this. We're going to listen to part of this, and let's just play it, and I'll add commentary.
That you worked on a little more?
Yeah. So what happened was, like, I'm from Nepal, right? So I saw all these stores. Everyone is writing with like their bills and piece of paper, right? And then I thought, like, what should be a way to, like,
And this is his first software project, by the way. I'm sorry. Let's play that again.
Sir, can you describe the first software that you worked on a little more?
Yeah. So what happened was, like, I'm from Nepal, right? So I saw all these stores. Everyone is writing with like their bills and piece of paper, right? And then I thought, like, what should be a way to, like, be cool in front of these people, right? And that's basically what I used to think. Like, my whole, like, when you were 13 years old, your like life goal is like, first thing, be cool, and second thing is do something else. So my whole idea was like,
and let me just ensure that we're still listening and everybody's good. Okay, we're good. Gonna continue. So sorry.
let me try to build something. And that's what I basically built ERP software. So the end-to-end, from billing to be able to manage.
And what does ERP stand for?
Like earnings and yeah. So basically for small business, I built that. 2 people used it.
Give me 1 second. So you're telling me that as a 13-year-old, you thought the coolest thing that you could do was build the ERP software? That's awesome.
So ERP software, I had to look it up myself. It can either be, I'm assuming that he means like this here. Software that helps businesses manage and automate core processes. So pretty much like business software. So like, a business planning software, accounting software, kind of that type of deal, like a accounting software, kind of like that. So he built this at 13. He's just, building software at 13. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because the thing was, like, anyone else who had a computer, were like these stores, they used to have computers to play music. Because back in the window media player, like with the cool, like, music playing around. That was the entire use of computer. And I was like, oh, all these people have computer. So what is the other thing that I can do with them? It's like, oh, sell an ERP, like sell. Basically, it was at first the billing software, but somehow it would start being used as an ERP. A couple of people use it, but they never paid it. They paid me with like, oh, that's pretty cool. That's about it. And that basically that let me realize that, oh, there's like, there's a way to do more things with this.
But you got your first users that ever used like a software you made there.
Yeah, exactly.
And they actually used it.
Yeah, they actually used it. Actually, like, I knew like few of these small businesses. Like, my dad had a small business, right? First customer. But besides that, like, my family members and like friends and stuff. So that's how I was able to sell it. But one cool thing that I learned there was, after like a year or two, I realized I was talking to other people who actually sell software, right? And they told me that, oh, like, this is the rate for how much an ERP or billing management software goes, a custom billing management software goes. And then I realized, wow, they all use my software and they never paid me anything. So that you realize, wow, you actually can make money out of these things.
Yeah. Wait. So what'd you do next? So you did the Slack.
So to me, the big takeaway from that is like he just enjoys building software, and he saw a need, he saw a problem, and he likes building software, so he built something to solve a problem. And again, this is something I really like to see out of CEOs in this type of space, where they just enjoy building software to solve problems. So so he built it, didn't get even paid for it, but this is us understanding his first journey, right?
Slack
for gamers. So
for
basically,
gamers?
Discord, Discord.
Yeah.
Basically imagine the same product, but built in Nepal, and around like half a year before Discord was released, and no one used it.
Darn.
Yeah. So every time like Discord raises new round of funding, I'm like, you know what? I try to build right product, but at the wrong place.
Okay. And then that's when you just.
So he just said he built something like Discord a year and a half before Discord, but it was just in Nepal, so nobody used it. Nobody really knew, and nobody used it. So again, 2 different things that he built to solve a problem. And you're gonna see here too, his first company, ASMI. All right. So that's going to come kind of out of what happens here.
You decided like, hey, I need to go to the United States and publish something.
No, actually, like that point, there was a big earthquake that happened in Nepal. I took 2 years off, and in that time, all I did was just learn how to code.
Right.
Like machine learning. Basically, I didn't go to so in my college, I actually didn't study any programming. Most of my skills come from self-learning, and that 2.5 years, all I did was just like find.
And honestly, and I have my degree, but honestly, it's self learners that like do the best in programming. I hate to say that, but they do, because the the college can like it can like slow down your development. People who just are hungry for it, they're gonna learn it more. They're gonna learn it better. They're gonna be more fluid with it because they're just using it to solve problems. They're not getting taught by a textbook. Okay, this is the way to solve the problem all the time. So they're learning they're learning it in a way to solve problems. They're using it in a object oriented, like a flowing way. I don't know, the words are escaping me right now. Like they're using it in a way that's fluid. Like it's a tool to solve a problem, right? Imagine like a poet who's writing a poem, right? You're not trying to write for you're not trying to write a essay or a doctoral whatever for someone. You're writing a poem, so it could go anywhere your emotions want it. Hence, someone who's learning how to program, okay, any problem you want to solve, you're going to be able to write the program once you learn it to solve any problem in a way that a poet writes a poem, kind of like that.
New modules, like just practice that new algorithm that all I did was these things for 2.5 years, and in that time I tried to build things that will like segment people's noise, segment like images, and then start to like experiment with like how can you like augment the image, or like how you can compress image using AI. All I was doing was just like every possible thing that was available, and just if anyone publishes new like paper, and if there's some code available in GitHub, try to experiment with that. So all I did was that for 2.5 years, and then I tried to start a startup in B2B e-commerce space in Nepal. I wanted to expand into India, but didn't have any resources. Then I took an exit from there, and I came to US for college.
How did you take the exit there? That's
so there we had three things. Like in 3 months, we had around like 20,000 businesses signed up.
Oh, well, how did you get those?
Well, we like in terms of growth, we tried this strategy of giving free software. So we had free accounting software, and I knew that everyone loves accounting software and does not like to pay for it from my childhood memories. So we gave away the accounting software. Everyone started using it, and a lot of people started actually signing up to it. We had like we started offering like a few side products in terms of like enabling like if you have shipping, then we have shipping partner, right?
So crafty. If I'm hearing him right, and I'm understanding him right, he built some more like accounting software because he had the first experience of the accounting software that he built that nobody paid him for. So he built some other accounting software, and he built it so good he got 20K users in Nepal, and he exited. So he basically got 20K users and he sold it. And it seems like he built it as freeware, and then when people were on it as freeware, he kind of upsold them, like because it was so good that they got it for free. They started buying stuff for it. Okay. That's what it sounds like, which is pretty crafty to just give them the software, and then now you got them hooked, and now you have them pay for features. Pretty crafty from Sam on that one. Let's go back just a little bit to get a little bit of more context again and play.
Three things. Like in 3 months, we had around like 20,000 businesses signed up.
Oh, well, how did you get those?
Well, we like in terms of growth, we tried this strategy of giving free software. So we had free accounting software, and I knew that everyone loves accounting software and does not like to pay for it from my childhood memories. So we gave away the accounting software. Everyone started using it, and a lot of people started actually signing up to it. We had like we started offering like a few side products in terms of like enabling like if you have shipping, then we have shipping partner, right? So in Nepal, Nepal is a very tight community when it comes to businesses, right? Everyone knows everyone, so that's why it grew up as wildfire. So for us, the next logical conclusion of this business would have been to grow into India, become like Udaan. Udaan is like another $10 billion company right now, and we actually came at the same time. But for us, we didn't have resources, and the founders of Udaan were the founders, like we're from the executive team of one of the largest e-commerce company there. So we already were in the we were not that opportunistic for us to go to India. So basically we started.
And this is the second time you've seen like someone get away with your idea.
More as a having the similar vision, but being more resourceful and being more well positioned. Like I never think someone can take away your idea.
Yeah, no one can take your idea, but
exactly. But just being well positioned and being full of resources is actually.
So that part that he just said, I don't think anyone can take your idea. I think being full of resources, and I kind of cut him off in a bad spot there. We'll go back a little bit, but to me, I think that's a key too about Sam as a person, or what we're seeing as Sam as a person. Granted, it's one interview, but again, we're learning a lot about this person, I feel. So what we're hearing there is like he doesn't seem married to one idea. And a lot of times you see with different CEOs or different inventive or creative people, they will get very much married to one idea, so much so that it cuts off the creation. It cuts off the ingenuity. And it does not seem like that is the case here with Sam, which is very, very cool, honestly. And I find that people that are fluid like that are, the word is not, it's not coming to me. Like if they're like, he's quick on his feet, like, you know what I mean? So I really like that. I really like that from what we're seeing about him here. That he's not married to one idea, and he understands, even as a creative person, I need the resources. I need resources in order to get my ideas off the ground. Like really some really great traits we're seeing here. And as a CEO, that's an awesome thing to see, right? But let's go back just a little bit to get the full breadth of this idea.
Executive team of one of the largest e-commerce company there. So we already were in the we were not that opportunistic for us to go to India. So basically we started.
And this is the second time you've seen like someone get away with your idea.
More as a having the similar vision, but being more resourceful and being more well positioned. Like I never think someone can take away your idea.
Yeah, no one can take your idea, but
exactly. But just being well positioned and being full of resources is actually one of the few things you can survive. And at that point, like what we did was we offloaded the whole product, like divided it as an accounting software, sold it to someone, the database sold it to someone. We had like other few assets, we sold it to someone else, and then I came to US. And my learning point from those two things was like, you have to always ask yourself, what is the most powerful asset that you have? And people can be like, I have connection to investors. I'm very well, I can speak very well, explain my ideas really well. Or it can be, I'm a really good programmer. And at that point I realized I'm from Nepal, and one of the most powerful thing that I have is the access to one of the biggest talent pool at a very, very like affordable cost. And in the same time, I can actually start building product at a very short period of time. And instead of spending like year or 2 years, I can actually do that. So that was my.
Wow. So everything he just said there is what you would love. Like, okay, I have like, what's my best asset? I have access to a group of people in Nepal in which we can get things done faster and quicker and cost effective very, very quickly. That sounds like amazing, right? That's really, really amazing there. So let me see if that's okay. Okay, yeah, we want to hear just a second, a little bit more of this.
My learning point when I came to America. So that's why I actually didn't want to study CS. I came to Menlo College for the entire reason. It was right next to Stanford, and it was right in Silicon Valley. My entire purpose, like in my visa interview, I remember that like when the visa interviewer asked me like constantly, why you're going to America? I'm like, oh, I'm going to start a company.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like, and I did that. So that's how I got into this space here.
That's awesome. So you got your 20,000 users over there, and then you sold it. How'd you sell it?
So people love to buy databases. And when you have data on how people are selling, what they're selling, and customer acquisition itself for a business customer, and even in Nepal, is more than $10. That itself should, just for the customer acquisition, but having like enough data like compile on them itself is pretty expensive too. So that's how people love to buy data. That's how I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people love to buy data. We know this.
That's awesome. So then you come over here.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
To Menlo, you started your startup, and is that first startup you started over here as me?
Yeah, that was my. There was like in 2017, I tried to start a universal basic income coin. Didn't work out. I went to pitch to Team Draper. We had a simple disagreement in terms of how the economics of this will work. While he was a big believer in terms of having a mass inflation at first and then slow down after the adaptation, my belief was that's not how we should do it. And based on that disagreement, I was not able to launch it. But that's what I tried to do. It didn't work out. And then I started ASME. And ASME was just an answer to the mass adoption of video. Like everyone was watching videos or creating videos. And that's basically what enabled me to think, how can I build an interesting product in this space?
Okay, so now ASME, right? Now we can go and look and see from ASME, he actually has 4 different patents, right? System and method in video product placement and in video purchasing capability using augmented reality. System and method for in product placement of video purchasing capability using augmented reality. System and method in video product placement and video purchasing capability using augmented reality. System and method for in video product placement and video purchasing capability using augmented reality with automatic continuous user authentication. So we got these patents here, and I believe he may have another patent as far as streaming payments are concerned, or maybe those streaming payments might have come out of these patents. Either way, it says to me 2 things. One, he of course is obviously very smart. 2, shout out to my guy Underdog Research Channel, right? Underdog's gone through some stuff with patents for Swift blockchain, and he's shown us that patents cost a lot of money. So for him to have 4 patents, that took a lot of money. Whether it's his money or someone else's money, he has access to a great deal of funds, right? And since he exited a couple companies he created, I'm sure it's either his money or like some of his partners' money or a mix of both. So honestly, very, very awesome there. So again, as far as smarts and things, it seems to be he is who he says he is, right? And the patents prove that. So for me, again, this just gives me more and more faith in Zebec to the tune of saying like, okay, maybe 25 cents is not too much of a stretch, right? Maybe. I want to play one more part of this interview, and then I want to come back out and get some comments from you guys before we get an update on Zebec news. But again, we're not going to play this whole interview. Definitely come over and come to the MetaBob channel here and check this interview out in its entirety. But we're going to play one portion here. Let me just come out here and check on you guys. Okay. All right. Everything's pretty cool out here. Seems like everybody's still hearing everything good and everything. Let's continue. Where is it? Let me go back here.
Working on in like the crypto space?
Yeah, so like I have like it's being from
Hold on, let's play that again.
And so then you have some other projects that you've been working on in like the crypto space?
Yeah, so like I have like it's being from country like Nepal, having lived through a dictator, then socialist country that is ruled by a communist party, and having gone through like civil wars, pretty big natural disaster, and now living in pandemic. One thing that I've always been interested is like DeFi and how can we create new type of finance tools, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so and then having been like, started like being part of this since 2017, you have some perspective. That's why always people try to reach out to me. And when NFT started coming in, there was a couple of people whom we started working on together, and we launched an NFT platform like 60 days ago. It was pretty interesting. We had a success as we were able to launch it. Now we are also trying to develop a decentralized legal platform. And besides that, there are a couple of other projects in the space that we are doing. But in short, crypto is pretty exciting. And when we're just trying to experiment with things that will push the idea of decentralization a little bit further. That's what we are doing in short there.
And in long.
So you can see he's trying to not say what's going on. Maybe Zebec was, because this is not too far from when Zebec actually got together, right? Like, I think they were pretty much towards the end of 2021. They were a company. So he's holding back a little bit here. But again, this shows again, he's a person that seems to be very innovative, and he was working on multiple things at this time. But maybe Zebec was one of them, but he didn't tip his hand to Donji here. So yeah, let's continue.
Long.
In long, power to people. That's the goal of crypto, right? But I think in long, I think pushing the idea of like human civilization a little bit further with crypto, because to this day we have always been like focused with the idea of authority. For something to have a value and something to have a power, it always comes from authority. But I think in long, crypto can change that or transform that to basically make it community based. And we are already seeing that with few of these platforms already. Like Bitcoin is a pretty interesting example, but you can see there are very interesting protocols that are coming out in terms of lending, like in terms of international money transfer. There are a lot of these things that are going to happen, and that will in short just transform how we as a society function in terms of how we derive value from authority and what exactly it means having value for something.
That's like Cardano is working on
how we derive value from authority. That's very interesting. When you see that with Zebec, they're working DeFi. This is like streaming payments. Streaming payments is taking, like, when you think of, this company he had, right, is a video company. So he took the idea, if we go back here, of video, which is a streaming, like video, it streams data. You're streaming data to get a picture. So he took the idea of streaming and applied it to DeFi. So you have streaming payments. Pretty cool. Pretty innovative. Like I really like that. I like that. I really like that he took that application and kind of melded them together. That's amazing, man. That's amazing. But again, this just really makes me hype over Zebec even more. I like what I'm hearing from Sam. He seems like he's quick on his feet. He's innovative. He's not sticking on one idea too much. So he's going to innovate. He's going to continuously innovate. I like what he created here with Zebec. And in here, we're kind of like seeing the beginnings of it before it even started, right? Officially. I'm sure there was some things probably already behind the scenes here that were happening as far as Zebec is concerned. But yeah, and the fact that he pitched to Tim Draper in 2017, that's really, really cool to me. So it seems like, he's been innovating since 2017. But of course, he told you his first program was like, 2013, and nobody paid him for it, but tons of people used it. So I really like hear what we see from Sam. Definitely go check out this entire interview. But wow, it blew me away. And again, we have a first person account of him being in contact with Draper. We don't have to guess anymore. He kind of already told us he did. He pitched it to him. Where he pitched it to him, if it was Draper University or whatnot, not sure. But the most important point there is that he did pitch it to them. So let's, before we continue on and cover some of the Zebec news that has been happening this week, let's get to some of the chats here. Oh, thank you, E, for the $10 super chat. I see it there. Lemon character jumping up in the excitement with his chest beating up, with his heart beating out of his chest. 100%, bro. Love that. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Let's get and see these comments. Let's see. So while we're sharing the comments, I'll just display the mind map here. Let's go display the Zebec mind map. Excuse me, Zebec plus Swift mind map. But yeah, let's continue. Let's look at the chats here. Focus. What's up, G? What's up? Keep spreading the good words. EBCN brother, 100%. Yazid, peace family. Yep. Market is up now. Yeah, I think Trump paused the tariffs. So cool. Not worried at all as far as me. And I bought even more Zebec after I found out this news. After I watched that interview, I was like, okay, I'm even more sold, right? Corey, good evening, brother. Good evening, Corey. What's going on, brother? King DJ Paul, Zebec will melt faces. Let's freaking go. Digital bankroll 1904. What up, Ruel? What's going on? What up, Ruel? I topped off my Zebec now to get to my goal. Glad I bought that dip. 100%. Me too, brother. I bought more. What's up, Marie in the house? What's up, Daryl 25 cent with the looky eyes? What up? Well, I bought more Zebec today to reach my goal. Loaded up, fam. Crypto future gang in the house. Let's go, focus. Sound is good. Thank you, Shane. What's up, sis? Sis in the house. Pink hand waving. Hit that like button. Rue crew. Waving, it helps the algorithm share this information with others. As my sister reminds me, reminds others to hit the like and subscribe. Let me go over here to MetaBob and hit the like and subscribe for him. Let me go back to our mind map. See, even me as a creator, I forget to do it sometimes. Hit the like and subscribe, right? Let's see here. Every crypto, what's up? Let's get this knowledge Zebekians. Let's go. Victor, yo, Ruel, would you say Zebec is a long-term hold? Are you DCAing your way out when we pump the spring? Well, I do think it's a long-term hold, but at the same time, I will look to take some profits here. I think the big thing is going to be this November when ISO goes live worldwide. It goes live for FedWire in I think July 14th, and then it goes live worldwide November 22nd. Okay, so I think that's going to be a really, really big date. That's when I'm looking to say, like, are we at 25 cents? Are we at 5 cents with Zebec? And towards that time, I'll be probably looking to take some profit. But again, we're going to talk about things like staking here. If you're doing things like staking and things like that, maybe you choose to keep a portion of your bag and just hold it, because I truly believe, and if you guys want to catch up on some of my old videos, if you look at different things like in the stock market where people have held things like AT&T or Ford stock forever because they give dividends, right? And in our market, we have staking, and staking gives quote unquote dividends. It pays dividends. So maybe at some point, or maybe not financial advice, maybe one might choose to hold on to a portion of their bag forever, right? So, people have to make that choice for themselves. But yeah, I'm going to choose to do both. I'm going to choose to let go some of my bag probably sometime in November. And I'm going to hold on to some forever and try to earn staking fees forever. That's me personally, not financial advice. Do what's best for you guys. Sam bringing that. Sam bringing all that smoke in the crypto game, 100%. Thapaliya has been silent for a while. What's up with that? Not sure, but I'm sure he's building. Oh wow, we got 824 folks here. That's a record. I think for me, bro, that's a record. Wow, that's amazing. Glad to see all the active people here. 820 folks here. Gotta love it. Thank you guys so much for that. Carol B989. What is up? Hand waving. Pink hand waving. What's up, Mooney? The Mooniverse. Peace and love, Rude to you. Definitely check out Mooney's channel, guys. If you come on over to my channel, we'll see. Let me see how we're gonna do this. View my channel. You'll see a whole bunch of channels that I frequent. Just scroll on down to featured channels, and you'll see the Mooniverse here, along with Maximus Crypto, along with Underdog Research Channel, along with Shook Focus Digital, along with Gentlemen of the Crypto, and others here. NYC Odd App, Simon Family Investments, Benzinga, One-on-One Media, of course, Crypto Future here, the Ronin Experience. Definitely go check out those channels. Click here. Moonfeather and I just did a live together. Let's go look at the live here. Stocks, Stars, and the Crypto Connection. A very, very good show. First hour was me and Mooney, and then the second hour was me, Mooney, and Crypto Ronin, which we saw his channel just there, and also a non-crypto guy, Dustin. I'm messing up his actual handle, but definitely go see the video, guys. It was great talk about cryptocurrency, where we see the market going in the next few months here. Definitely go check that out if you haven't already. See here. Johnny B, aloha, ZBC into 25 cents. Let's go from the Mooniverse here. Vidal, I'm gonna butcher this name. Vidal, I don't know how to say this name. I'm gonna say Vidal Genis. Let's go. What's up, Richard Judge? Been a while, brother. Love and respect, brother. Keep growing. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate that. Been with me since. Been watching my show since like the Benzinga days, bro. Thank you, bro. I always appreciate it. What's up, Crypto Home 77? Hello, everyone. Get the information, people. What's good? What's good, Jetpack? Let's also highlight Brother Jetpack's profile as well. Let's share this here. Oh, well, actually, let's not share that. Let's go back over here because we're going to share that later. We look at the notifications here, you'll see here Brother Jetpack's channel or X posts some of the greatest information on Zebec. Shares my stuff as well, which I very much appreciate. So if you guys want a second source for sharing Zebec info, check out Brother Jetpack here. Okay. Whole bunch of, and you'll see a whole bunch of other Zebec guys like Timmy, XDC Zebec. He shares a whole bunch of Zebec information, and our brother Ghost here. So a whole bunch of guys that share a whole bunch of great Zebec content, guys. Okay, so definitely you want to follow these guys if you want to have really, really good Zebec info. Go back here. What's up, the Crypto Crossroads Show? Let's go, bro. Go, Crypto Rangers. What's up? Phantom Beat in the house. What's up, Brand G? Tony S. Jeff Pruitt. What's up, Zebec fam? Hold strong. Balaclava Man in the house. Yo, 0.25 when you do your recon, boss. What's up, Shannon Featherman? What up, Rue? Again, what's up, Brand G? Okay, let's get into a little bit of this news here. I'm actually probably not going to get to all of the comments tonight, guys, because I have to leave in a bit here. But there's some Zebec news that we should cover. They do monthly buybacks, guys. Gotta love that they're doing monthly buybacks. To me, it tells me that they do believe that their own coin is going to be valuable, so much so that they're buying it back. So that's awesome. So they're taking portions of their own coin off the market as people, as people buy. As you can see here, 100% of Zebec, card revenue goes to buybacks. The transaction will reflect on chain in the next few days. So our recurrent buyback for February 2025 is 50 million Zebec. Okay, value at approximately around that time, approximately 50K. So they do monthly buybacks. That's something to note because it's going to be more supply taken out of circulation and given to the company to use for what they need to use it for, right? Another thing to note is that they do have staking and they reached a milestone recently. This is March 24th, so a little while back, but already 1 billion Zebec is staked. You can earn up to 15% APY on it. Basically, the way they do the staking, and we can kind of click on it here. Well, hold on. I'm going to click over on something else because I want to make sure it doesn't mistakenly explodes my wallet. We don't want that. We don't want that. Let me click on it here and make sure it's not going to do that. Okay, yeah, it is. So let's not connect that. Okay. All right. So we unconnected that. So now we can share this now. Okay. So total amount staked is well over 1 billion. Average staked is around almost 2 million. So who's ever staking is staking almost 2 million Zebec, right? So for 1 month, you get 8% APY. For 3 months, 12%. For 4 months, 15%. Now, me personally, like I said, I'm probably not looking to sell until November. 4 months at 15% probably is okay for me, right? And you don't have to stake it all. And I think the maximum amount you can stake anyway is 5 million. So, unless you split it into different wallets, maybe. But you know what I mean? Make the choice on your own if you do want to stake. It's always a risk, right? Staking because, something can happen and they can take your ZPN. Somebody could do that. I'm not saying that would happen, but it's always a risk to think about when you're staking. Like, okay, what if someone, because not your keys, not your crypto. If you choose to stake it and somebody does something with it, it's not yours, right? Always want to, kind of list that caveat, right? But of course, if this is from Zebec themselves, you would think it's more secure, right? So also want to throw that out. I'm not flooding staking. I have some staked and I'm probably going to stake some more. So again, 15% APY. I think that's pretty good. Maximum you can stake is 5 million unless you split into different wallets. So per wallet, the max you can stake, the max you can stake is 5 million. Okay. So that option is there. And then here, just want to remember, if you check out our past videos on Zebec, we went over Zebec Carbon and how the privacy of that and how it could be, technically non-KYC possibly. So They're putting the privacy first there. You definitely want to check out our past videos on Zebec. If we come over here and go back, let you know, guys, that I have Zebec right here, the whole playlist of Zebec, which I need to add the latest video that Max and I did to this playlist. As you can see here, all of my Zebec videos are in this playlist here. All my XPR videos are in this playlist here. All my Swift videos are here. XCN videos here. So all the videos and things that we cover majorly here are here. LCX, XCN, Swift, XPR, and Zebec. You can find it all on the homepage, making it very easy for you if you want to binge some of the content. So let's go back here. Also, we had a new listing. They had a listing here on CoinStash. And just remember, guys, a lot of coins, they're not going to necessarily list it on Coinbase or a big exchange until they possibly want to dump. This is my, well, let me not say that. Allegedly. Let me not say that though. Let me put it this way. Just because something is not on a big exchange does not mean it's not a good coin. Okay. There's Stronghold. There's coins like Velo, the one for on Stellar, Velo. There's XPR. There are a lot of great coins that are not on big exchanges. Okay, so just because Zebec isn't on a big exchange right now does not mean that it's not a great coin. Definitely check up on all our past videos. Definitely check up on our mind maps, and you can see the companies that are related to Zebec here, right? If we go back again to our mind map, okay, so if we go back to our mind map, which I want to make sure you're viewing, okay, perfect. We see here all the companies that are related here with Zebec. Shima Capital, Draper, Dragon, Coinbase Ventures, Baidu, and Circle, right? Stellar, of course, Ondo, of course, which is BlackRock connected, and through this also MasterCard, JP Morgan, you know, and also indirectly also Consensus and XLR. Like there's a lot here to like about Zebec. Whether or not it's on Coinbase yet does not even matter yet, right? And I'm tending to think it's going to run up really pretty big, and by the time we get the Coinbase announcement, that might be, you know, this is not financial advice. This is just my speculation and thinking. Maybe by the time it gets ready to get listed on Coinbase is probably the time you probably want to, you know, take some profits, to be honest with you. So, you know, but, you know, right now we have a great opportunity with where Zebec is. Like Hitter All Day was saying, I definitely made some purchase and made more and added to my bags. You know what I mean? Like after seeing what I saw from Sam here, I'm really, really happy about the team. I'm really, really happy about him as a CEO. I like what I see. I like some of the qualities that I see. And that's not the only interview I've seen. I've seen tons of other interviews with him, and maybe we'll go over those interviews, of course, later as well. But yeah, I really, 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 really like what I'm seeing from Zebec here. You know, I think, you know, he seems to be the person he says he is, right? And with things and companies behind him like Tim Draper, like assets and partners like Tim Draper behind him, all the ADP people behind him with Simon Babakani, all those pieces that have been put into place. I really, really think Zebec has a bright future. And it's not even think, I'm proving it with the information that I present to you guys on this. Yeah, I think there's a really bright future there for Zebec. So let's see here. let's get to some more comments before we take off for sure. Um, is that serious target though? I'm just saying possibly it could get to 25 cents. I think my 5 cent target is the most solid, but from 5 to 25 cents, who can say? But I've shown you guys on here before actually where a lot of where a few different coins have made it to the 5 cent mark around the same supply as Zebec. So let's do that right quick. Let's show you an example of that from last bull run. So let's share this tab. Let's go show you Zebec supply. Go to cryptorank.com. Let's put in Zebec. Let's look at its supply. So Zebec supply is 100 billion, right? And this is common for payment cryptos. Circulating supply right now is 76.37 billion. Next unlock is here in 5 days. So maybe it goes even a little bit lower, just a tad bit lower. But can we think of an example that's hit 5 cents? Yes, we can. AMP crypto. If you know about AMP, the Winklevoss twins are behind this. This is a Gemini coin, Gemini cryptocurrency exchange. You can see Pantera Capital has backed this. Pantera Capital is connected to Jet McCaleb. Definitely check out the other mind map that I've shown you guys. So you see here 84.23 billion of this was circulating. You can see last bull run, it made it. Well, you can't see it on this chart, but it made it to 6 cents. It actually made it. You can't see it on this chart. So let me pull up another chart. Let me pull up actually Trading View. See on super charts, and then we'll pull up AMP. So it's the same supply, right? Actually, more is circulating. And how long has it been listed on Coinbase? Yeah, for a while, I think. Okay, according to the Coinbase thing, but I think it's been around for longer than what is listed on Coinbase. You can see here, it was at 8 cents. I could have sworn it went to higher than. So it dipped down well under like the 0.0001 area, and it went all the way up to about 2 cents. I could have sworn it went higher than that, but anyways, it went all the way up to about 2 cents. So it dipped down to the area Zebec was in, and it went all the way up back up to 2 cents. I think there's another chart here because I really think it was. Okay, there we go. So if you look on Binance, it made it all the way up to like about 2.5 cents after dipping all the way down, right? So AMP is an example where at least it made it to 2 cents. I could have sworn it made it to 5, but I might be mistaken on that. But let's see if we can find another example of this. Around the same like coin supply. I think reserve rights is also maybe another example of this. Yep, reserve rights. They don't have so much supply out. It's only 50. Wait, sorry. Let me go share the tab. So they only have 56.4 billion out, but you can see they made it where they dumped out, and they were down in almost the triple zeros again, and they went all the way up to 2.5 cents, and they're sitting at what they're sitting at now. So they're different examples, and I can't think of another example in my head. Oh, maybe Seek. Seek is another one for that. Oh, and XCN too, I believe, is another one that did the exact same thing. I think same supply. Nope, this is 50 billion. My bad on that one. But yeah, you can see it dumped out to the 000 area only to make it up to 5 cents. But this supply is double. But it is at least a kind of good example. There's one other example I was thinking of, and I said it, but I can't remember it now. But there are a couple examples. So we got some precedent of things like this happening with coins with at least similar supply. So that's what I like to do. If I can find a precedent, Seek was the one that I said. Okay, no, that's a way large supply. But yeah, so I think maybe 5 cents is probably the better one, the thought. But 25, maybe. Oh, strong, bye. Battle rap junkie, salute. Let's go back and put it back on our mind map here. What's up, GS? ZBCN? WF Capital, I'm out at 9 cents. I feel you, bro. WF Capital is out at 9 cents. Real predictions are legit. Wild. My wife is from Nepal. That's awesome, John. And I really love Sam's. He really loves Nepalis, and Nepalis seem to really, really love him. And I like that, man. I really like that. He really loves his people, bro. That's really cool. What's up, A Train? We shouting you out, brother. Thanks for coming through, brother. Only 1.5 million over here. Hey, bro, that's some. That's some. Oh, WF Capital 43.5 million here strong. That's cool, bro. That's cool. That's a big bag right there, bro. So basically the way the numbers work. So at 5 cents, if it hits 5 cents, 20 million Zebec is $1 million at 5 cents. So at 5 cents, 43 would be something over it'd be like 2 point something million at 5 cents, right? And we just showed you a whole bunch of different coins with the same supply that went up to 2 cents, right? Or 2.5 cents. At 2.5 cents, two and a half cents, 43 million would be a little over a million, USD. So money is money, 100%. Phantom Beat, 2.5 million. I'm still greedy. So sit here, hit that like button. Hashtag ADP, you're welcome, my guy. Low key, XPR and SHX gonna hit. I feel that way too, brother. I feel that way too. Everybody keep stacking your bags. Nepal super corrupt government, but the younger generation is rallying against that. Yep, and that's what Sam kind of mentioned in that video. He said there was a dictator and stuff like that. And he did acknowledge that crypto would definitely catch fire there, but the government is harsh if they're on board. Okay, got it. Anybody gonna go check out the Zebec setup at the store in New York? Yeah, it'd be nice if somebody would check that out and give us a little report. Les Square, New Jersey in the house. Let's see here. Okay, the store is closed, I guess. Sherlock Rue Holmes. I like that. I like that. What's up, Jonatas Mota? Hope I said that properly. Joseph McHenry. Appreciate all your work, brother. State being informed makes it easy to stay calm in such volatile times. Zebec to the moon. Yeah. Blackrue crew in the house. What's up, Sharp Mizzle 21? Cheese K of ZBCN price goes to 25 cents. I can retire. I feel you, bro. I feel you, bro. Circulating supply is in the billions. This is 50 million and upward pressure. This is probably also this buyback of current circulation or unlocked tokens. This is current circulation, I'm assuming, because the other tokens aren't in circulation. So by the term buyback, it must be tokens that are in circulation because they're buying them back from the market. So that's what I'm thinking, man. Post says 300 million total buyback so far. So interested how much price action in each time this happens. That's a good question. The dire wolves are back. Yeah, I've been following that too, Stan. Today, the dire wolves are back supposedly, right? When I say I bought the dip, it means I really bought the dip. We live? Yes, we are live. What's up, Big Mouth Rob? Robin Hood is stealing. Wow. Yeah, Robin Hood is on this list. That is one of the exchanges that Tim Draper owns. He was in that other mine. It was in that other mind map I showed. Rise above. Appreciate your share, Ruth. Thank you. Let's see here. Investing Matty Ice 2029 bull run 25 cents. Not this unless stake half the supply. Yep. Let's see here. Not Wally, the Mesquite and the risk cut. I sold all my flare. I was just about to buy back into flare. Changed my mind. More Zebec, please. Gotta love that. Would love to see you on spaces with the community. You know what? I have to start doing more spaces. I have a day job during the day, so during the days on the weekday that's out. So I'd have to probably do it on the weekend. Yeah, I'll have to start doing that. That's a great idea, Everett Crypto. That's a great idea. Where do you stack? A few different places. Uphold. On Jupiter, I buy and have it in the Phantom Wallet, of course. A couple different places. Nepal, the social class system, but Thapaliya isn't a bad surname. Unsure if he comes from a lot of money, but I remember it's third world money versus USD. Gotcha. As far as the lineage there, I'll ask my brother-in-law and circle back. Appreciate it, brother. Rue has always had our backs, so time for me to do some research for him, bro. I really appreciate that, man. And it's a community, bro. Like we're in it all together, and I appreciate that you recognize that and you're willing to do that for us, man. Yeah, let us know. Oh, guys, yeah, I gotta get out of here. 990 in the live. I was trying to see if we could get to 1,000 before I left here, but yeah, I gotta bounce. Thank you guys so much. This is a crazy 990 is a good number too because of course that 9 adds up to 9. You guys know how I love nines on here. Thank you guys so much, Lord Zero Cool and everybody in the chat here. I appreciate you all. Sorry I couldn't get to all the chats this time. But yeah, such a big show. And we're going to continue to do Zebec news, guys. We're going to continue to do that. So definitely be on the lookout. Definitely like and subscribe on X and on YouTube if you haven't already. And just to let everybody know that you guys did it and came in here in the comments, please put Sam. Please put Sam in the comments. It helps spread the video around. It helps get more engagement. Please put Sam in the comments, not in the chat, but in the comments of the video. Okay. Please put the word Sam. Thank you guys so much for coming through. I'm out, guys. Peace.